Hello students, welcome to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Today we are going to start session 9, Maintain Workplace Safety of Unit Web Applications and Security of class 10th. In this unit we are going to learn how to keep ourselves safe from the different accidents which can happen at a particular workplace. So we may be working at any company or any organization or any educational institution that is known as workplace. And workplace safety means if any accident happens at the area where we are working, so in case of that particular accident, how we can keep ourselves safe, that is known as workplace safety. So that can be fire safety, that can be your falls and slips, that can be electrical safety, or that can be the use of the first aid. So these are some of the things which we need to take care of. Every organization must follow a standard set of safety rules and procedures, and these rules must be stated and displayed at the important areas of that particular workplace. Now the basic safety rules in an organization are: fire escape plans must be installed at proper levels. When we are talking about the fire safety rules, suppose if in any organization the fire occurs or any fire accident happens, so what we should do, fire escape plans must be there which must be installed at the proper levels, and proper training should be given to the employees so that in case any such thing happens they know how to tackle that situation. And the maintenance of the equipment which are needed for the handling of the fire problem, that equipment must be taken care of regularly. Next we have is falls and slips safety rules. Sometimes while walking or moving inside the area of the organization, we may fall or slip. So some of the things which need to be taken care of regarding this is: first is the workplace should be properly ventilated. There should be a number of doors and windows. The floors should be kept clean and dry. If they will be wet, there are more chances of slipping. If there are any oil spills or dust is there on the floor, then there are chances that one may slip, so that should be immediately cleaned. As well as smoke alarms must be placed at proper intervals. Also the workplace should be a no smoking zone so that it does not affect the health of the any other person who is not smoking. Next is electrical safety rules. Some of the rules which are needed for the electrical safety are: all the electrical equipment should be approved by the recognized organization. The damaged and the hazardous electrical equipment should be immediately replaced. If there is any such equipment which is old and the wires are coming out and the frayed switches are there, those which are not working properly, they should be changed immediately. Also, if there is any such equipment from which the heat gets emanated, they should be kept away from any electrical equipment, so there are no chances of the short circuit. Next is we should take care that the outlets or the circuits should not be overloaded. If we are using the extensions and or any other thing, they should not be overloaded. At least only like 2 or 3 should be added to that one, the switches, so that that is not overloaded and it does not cause any problem. Next is the use of first aid. So we know that first aid is the immediate help which is provided to the injured to save life and minimize the health loss till the proper medical facility is provided. That is the first aid. As the name suggests, first aid is the first help which is given to an injured person. So every organization must have the basic first aid kit, and some rules of the first aid are: first of all, you should ensure the injured person to remain calm and not to panic. The person who has got injured, he should remain calm, make him calm, and he should not panic, and he should be kept warm if that person is under the shock, and do not move the victim in case of back or the neck injury, as it may further deteriorate his or her situation, right? So with this we have covered the session number 9. The name of the session was Maintaining Workplace Safety. Now we are moving on to session number 10, that is Prevent Accidents and Emergencies. So in this chapter, first we are going to understand what is an accident and what is an emergency. Sometimes while going on the road, if you are on a vehicle, sometimes due to some traffic or some other thing, accidents may happen. So accidents happen unplanned. It is an unplanned event that may happen all of a sudden and may lead to unwanted or unpresented result or outcomes. So what we can say, accident is an unplanned event which results in an unplanned or unwanted result. So we can say accident can be defined as an unfortunate incident that occurs unintentionally. It is not our intention that accident should happen. They occur unintentionally, causing hazardous result or unwanted result. Now next topic is emergency. Emergency is any unexpected situation that needs immediate attention and action. Emergency can come anytime, like we have seen when there was a flood, and that time if it is a severe flood, then emergency is declared, and in that the people have to vacate their homes from the places which are near to the coastal areas. So we can say that emergency is an unexpected situation that needs immediate attention and action. It might pose a sudden risk to the life, property, health, and to prevent the deteriorating results or hazard, we need to declare an emergency. Now we have the types of accidents. The accidents can be of the following type, like accidents can happen at the workplace, like falls or accidents. There can be the industrial diseases, like if you are working in cotton industry or any other such fire industry, then that type of diseases can happen to you if you are working in that particular industry. Then we have the road traffic incident, which we see most common. Then we have the clinical accidents at the hospitals. Then we have the sports related accidents also. So workplace accidents may include the injuries that are caused to the workers due to the falls, slips or trip. And slip may occur at any working environment, like if there is any oil spill, so due to that you can slip. If the floor is wet, due to that you can slip, and it causes many injuries, like sometimes you have a sprain on knee or elbow, and sometimes you have fracture, or sometimes you have the wrist or the head injuries as well. Now emergency situation is the one that threatens the employees, customers or the public, which may cause harm to the employees, those who are working in an organization, to the customers or to the public, or it may disrupt or shut down the operation of that particular area, or it may cause physical or environmental damage. So these are the emergency situations. Like we talked about the flood, so it may cause the environmental damage. We talk about fire, it may also cause the physical, that is the product have just caught the fire and they are getting destroyed. So these types of emergency situation can cause a damage and destruction. So emergencies that require evacuation. Evacuation means moving out of that area. Suppose there is a fire in any area, we need to go out of that area. So that is an evacuation. So some of the emergencies that require evacuation are fire, explosion, floods, earthquake, hurricane, tornado, toxic material release, civil disturbance and the workplace violence. Now how we should handle these accidents? These must be handled very carefully, without assigning the blame on others. Sometimes you must have seen when there are road accidents, people are busy blaming one or each other instead of taking the injured person to the hospital. So that should not happen. We should not blame each other, else we should take care of the person who has got injured at that time, or we should take him to the hospital at particular that amount of time. Now every organization must follow SOP for accident handling, and safety measures must be placed to prevent the workplace accidents. Immediately the medical team should be called if any injury is there, and you yourself should stay alert when suppose any accident has happened or it is going to happen. So you yourself should be alert for that purpose and pay attention to and follow the emergency drills. See, the emergencies or the accidents do not come planned. We do not know when they will happen. So if any such thing which is of your for your benefit, which is being taught to you in your company or your organization or your education institution, you should pay attention to that one. You should be alert when that is being taught, and you should follow the emergency drills, so that anytime if there is any requirement, that can be taken care of, that can be used. Okay, so with this we have covered the session number 10 also. Next we have is session 11, that is protect health and safety at work. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the hazards and the source of hazards. An organization can face some health hazard that could put the lives of the employees in danger. Now hazards can be of different type. It depends upon the industry and the environment in which the employees work. Now there can be the different type of hazards. They can be physical, they can be chemical, they can be biological, they can be mechanical. So these are the different types of hazards. Now there can be different sources of the hazard, that is from where these hazards are coming from. The workstation, so sometimes when hazards, basically what are these some problems which may happen, like diseases may happen, like someone is working in a cotton industry, so due to cotton any disease may happen, and sometimes you're working in a factory where the your crackers are being made, so due to that some disease can be there. So these are the hazards of that particular thing. Now for that purpose, our different areas should have which things, let us learn about them. The workstation should have the proper space for the user to alter the position comfortably. It should provide the adequate lighting, and it should have windows fitted with the adjustable covering to alter the sunlight level, so that if more sunlight is coming, we should have the windows so that it can be adjusted, it can be little covered, and if the sunlight level is very low, then it can be opened for the ventilation part, right? Next we have is, it should be spacious enough when a workstation is shared by more than one person. Basically, the workstation is the area on which the computer where we are working. So the area where we are working, it should be spacious enough when the computer is being shared by more than one person. So the other person has the space to move to the different desk or the different area. Now we talk about the display screen. The display screen, that is our monitor. It should display the well-defined characters of the adequate size and spacing. It should have a stable image, and it should have easily adjustable brightness and contrast so that it can be managed according to our eyes, and it should tilt and swivel easily to suit the user. Suppose the user wants it to move it a little bit to the right or left, or to rotate it, so it should be easily adjustable. Second thing, next thing is, it should be free from glare and reflection so that it does not hamper the work of the person who is working on it, and there should be separate base for the screen or an adjustable table. The screen should be put on an adjustable table, and there should be space between the different devices which are being put, like monitor, keyboard, mouse, etc. Right? And next we have is, the keyboard should include. So the keyboard should have, it should be able to tilt easily, and it should be able to separate from the screen to allow the user to adopt a comfortable working position. It should have the space in front to provide the support for the hands or the arms of the user, and it should have a matte surface so that no reflections are there, and it should have a clearly legible symbols on the key so that user is able to see which key is this, and accordingly he or she may be able to press that key and work accordingly. Now how should be our work surface? Work surface should be such that it should provide adequate space for the user. The work surface should be such that proper space is there for the user. It should have a low reflective surface. It should have an adequate size to allow the screen, keyboard and other devices to be properly arranged, and it should have a stable and adjustable document holder where the pages can be holded. Suppose you are typing by looking at the pages, that should be at the same level of the screen, at the same viewing distance. Okay. Next we have is workplace evacuation. When we talk about the workplace evacuation, so in this case we have, in case of emergency we need to move out of that particular area. So evacuation is the process of emptying a place in case of emergency or disaster, means moving out of that place. So every company must ensure the following points in case of an emergency. First of all, every company should have an evacuation policy. That is, all the team leaders, they are responsible for informing about that policy to the employees. It may vary from company to company, and proper attention must be paid when your team leader is informing you about the details, as negligence in that may cost lives. It may, if you are not listening to it properly, you may not be able to follow it when such emergency happens. Next is, organization must have designated assembly points for the emergencies, like they must be taught, and they should know if any emergency happens where they all have to assemble. Third is, a buddy system for the individuals with the special needs must be designated. Buddy system is the one, suppose there is any differently abled person, and in case of an emergency, he or she is not able to move to the particular point where all need to be assembled at that pace at which the others are moving. So if you are a buddy to someone, or if anybody is a buddy to you, so you are safe there. So that person can take you to that particular position, and you know that you have a friend with you. And next is, floor plans with the evacuation routes with the in the work areas. Ensure that you understand these so you can use in the time of need. Floor plans means like you are working on the different floors with the different departments. So you should know that the first floor is there, these people have to move to that particular area. Second floor is there, they have this type of these first stairs should be used for moving to that particular area. So you should listen to this information when it is being told and move to that particular area if any such emergency happens. Okay. Next is assembly area, where you are required to assemble after evacuation must be properly taken care of. Where you need to assemble after the evacuation, that should be clean, neat and clean. Daily it should be regulated, taken care of, and the periodic evacuation drills should be conducted. Though emergencies come unplanned, so time to time there should be such drills, that is training to the employees, so that they can understand practically what we should do in case if this type of emergency happens, or how we can save the other's life if we are safe at that particular point of time, right? Next we have is healthy living. When we talk about healthy living, we know that a healthy body has a healthy mind. This is a very popular saying, and if our body is healthy, our mind will be also be healthy. Healthy lifestyle leads to a healthy being, and healthy living has a lasting impact on the individual, and a happy or healthy worker will perform best to his ability. Healthy lifestyle helps to improve people's health and well-being. So how can you achieve the healthy lifestyle? By eating healthy, by having healthy habits, by eating healthy vegetables, physical activities, stress management, healthy mind, sound sleep, and goal setting. So these are some of the points which we have discussed in this chapter. I hope you have understood the topic. See you in the next video. Till then, revise these topics and take care of yourself. Thank you, students.